I don't want AI magic. I want AI that helps when Windows is being weird, when a tool hides a setting 3 menus deep, or when I have 12 ideas and no clean starting point. That is the actual test for me. Not, can AI write a perfect essay in 10 seconds? Not, will this replace every job by Thursday? I'm more interested in the boring, useful question, can this thing help a normal person get unstuck without making the situation more confusing? Because a lot of AI content makes everything look smooth. The demo starts, the prompt works, the result looks polished, and nobody talks about the part where the installer went into app data like a raccoon hiding snacks in the wall. That part matters, because that's where most beginners quit. Not because they're bad at technology, but because the instructions skip the messy middle. And the messy middle is where the useful stuff lives. So this channel is going to be about testing AI and tech workflows in the real world. Not as an expert on a mountaintop. More like a person at the desk going, okay, what broke? Why did it break? And can we make the fix repeatable? Sometimes that means testing an AI writing workflow. Sometimes it means organizing a messy project. Sometimes it means trying to build a local assistant with memory, voice messages, and enough personality to be useful without becoming a tiny digital dictator. And sometimes it means fighting Windows permissions because an app wants to live in the wrong folder. Glamorous? No. Useful? Weirdly, yes. The goal is not to worship the tools. The goal is to find out which parts actually help. If an AI tool saves time, I want to know where. If it creates more work than it removes, I want to know that too. If it gets 70% right and 30% deeply confused, I want to show both parts, because that is usually the honest version. I also care about making this repeatable. A good workflow should not require you to remember 50 tiny details from a random tutorial. It should give you a path, start here, check this, avoid that, fix this if it breaks. Tiny win first, fancy later. That is the energy. This format is part of the experiment too. Simple visuals, clear voiceover, captions, maybe a few screen recordings, and the occasional gremlin note from Rook when the machine does something ridiculous. Because if AI is going to become part of daily life, I do not think the useful version is hype. I think the useful version is translation. Take the weird tool, test it in a real situation. Admit what was confusing. Keep what worked. Throw the rest into the goblin bin. So if you are trying to use AI without becoming a productivity monk, a prompt influencer, or someone who says leverage too much, this is probably your corner of the internet. I'll be testing tools, building workflows, making mistakes in public, and turning the good parts into something you can actually reuse. And if there's a tool, setup, or AI workflow you want thrown into the Chaos Lab next, send it my way. I probably cannot promise elegance, but I can promise receipts